dive into the NBA playoffs. You guys can pretty much pick this up wherever you want. I don't know where you want to start here.
Well, on the break, before our show got started, me and Chris Fazia, we decided that we wanted to punch each other in the face because, we wanted to be like the Indiana Pacers.
Oh, ooh.
I mean,
are we brawling?
Hey, we had this streak going where we were practicing and we were going good, and then, me and Foz decided I got traded to the sports firm and Foz didn't like it and I punched him.
And then they traded for me. I came in, I got into a fist fight with you.
Yeah,
and then Sal grew an ego, and then all of a sudden everything fell apart. See, we based this radio show off of we based this radio show off of selfless teamwork and hard work and just being together as one, and then we all grew egos and the radio show fell apart. See, that's what happened with the Indiana Pacers.
I mean, Born Ready.
That's great.
Born Ready was not happy with his buddy Turner, huh?
Listen, Evan Turner is just a bad seed, man. He's been a part of so many losing teams his whole career with Philadelphia. Now he comes over to Indiana and all of a sudden they start stinking it up. I don't think that's any coincidence. Evan Turner is a bad seed.
He's a cancer in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean,
And Andrew Bynum too, another shoddy pickup. Why would you pick up? Why would you add those?
The chemistry.
Why would you add those tumultuous personalities into a locker room that was literally built off of selfless team play and hard work and just being together as one? And you bring in selfish, me first players and you add them into the mix, and then what happens is it creates a rift, a divide in the locker room, and now some of your own players started developing egos. Paul George, Roy Hibbert.
that's because all year long they were talking about how great they were.
Yeah,
Right.
but this team, I mean, last year, the playoffs, after the playoffs, the offseason, we're such a team. We're together. We fight for each other.
Right.
I got his back. Now
And
we're fighting
then
each other.
this year they started doing photo shoots together. They started like styling with backwards hats and Louis belts, and they're taking pictures together. Man, listen, man, that's where they went wrong right then and there. When they started growing that ego, when that ego started to spiral out of control to the point where Larry Bird and Frank Vogel couldn't manage the egos anymore, because it's just as much on them as it is on the players. They allowed that to happen.
I saw this
They
team
allowed
taking
it to
the next
manifest.
step, and now they're taking
The beginning of this year, Paul George looked like he was the third best player in the league. The Indiana Pacers looked like hands down the best team in the league. Frank Vogel was looking like a coach of the year. You know what I mean? Everything Larry Bird and Donnie Walsh had done, they were looking like pure geniuses. They built this team from the ground up and made it one of the most fun teams to watch in the league in quite some time. And just like that, you bring a couple bad personalities into the locker room, and everything spirals out of control. The importance of chemistry in the NBA is overlooked all the time. That was the Knicks' big problem this year. Just culture and chemistry in the locker room.
I mean, look, not many roster moves in the Knicks, and like we talked about last week, they lost some leaders, the chemistry, and 50 wins turned into not 50 wins. I mean, and now we're seeing the Pacers. They had 50 wins last year. Yeah, and then and now this year they lose some of their key people in the locker room.
East was so bad, the Pacers played like crap down the stretch and still got the 1 seed.